Previous class we discussed about add, compare data processing instruction. So that is move, add, and subtraction. So now we will start with the discussion of logical instruction. So all of you go through the barrel instructions properly, how the barrel shifter works. Okay, so then only you will understand most of the program. Okay, 1 minute. Some more waiting in the log. So, just, okay. So here you can take it from this particular uh, instructions, that is logical instruction. You can see it here that you can see this particular part, right, in the syntax part. So in the syntax part, you're going to have the fields instruction, condition, suffix s, and following by the operands. So your rd, rn, n are the operands on which you are going to perform some operation. So now here you can see that within this particular part, this is mandatory. So that is nothing but your instruction is mandatory. So these two is optional. That is which are there, which are within your flower bracket. These two are optional. That is that depending upon the requirement of the programmer or developer, those two fields or those two components can be included or excluded. So the condition is nothing but what? So the condition is whether it is not equal to some of the conditional flags we have discussed already, right? So depending upon those conditions, we are going to execute the instruction. Okay. So if that particular condition is satisfied, then only it is going to execute the instruction. If that particular condition is not satisfied, it is not going to execute that particular instruction. So next, it is followed by S. This is also optional. So the S suffix which you are going to have, this is also optional. So since both are optional, it is going to tell you that. So if S you are going to include in any of the instruction, what it specifies? It specifies that after the execution of that particular instruction, depending upon the output what you are going to get, the corresponding flags are going to be executed, updated. Okay. So you're going to have 4 flags, right? NZCV. So that is nothing but your flags are negative flag, zero flag, carry flag, and overflow flag. So depending upon the output what you are going to get, the corresponding flags will be updated only if you have the instruction in the instruction suffix s. Okay. So if you don't have the suffix s in the instruction, those flags bits won't be updated. That you have to keep in your mind. Okay. So that is an important part when you are executing the instruction. So these two are optional. Your condition as well as s suffix. These two are optional. So next it comes to the operand. When it comes to the operand, you can see it here. RD, RN, and N you are going to have. So these two are operands. So your RD is nothing but your destination register, where RN is one of the source register, and N is one of another source register. Okay. So but why we are calling it as N here? Because any answers from your side? Why we are calling that one as N here? Instead of specifying it from the register, we are calling the value of that particular source value as n. Why we are calling it as n instead of register name? Any answers from your side? Yes or no? That's it. If you know, you know. Yes. No, no, no. Don't wait the time. So we don't know means what it specifies is you have not gone through the barrel shifter properly. So now the same thing again I have to repeat once again. So in the barrel shifter, what will happen? So you're going to have the barrel. If you take the CPU register, so you're going to have one barrel through barrel shifter. It is going to come. Okay, so this is the value. So this is your barrel shifter. So which you are going to have. So from here, one value will come. From here, another value will come. To where it will come? So arithmetic and logic unit will come. Okay, this is your arithmetic and logic unit. So here one of your registers is going to have, which is nothing but your Rn. Here you are going to have Rm. So now after going through the barrel shifter, the value becomes n. Okay. So it is not the value, it is not the contents of the register which will come here. So it is after the operation of the barrel shifter, whatever the value you are going to get, that particular value is going to come here. It is called as n here. Okay. So now some of the times what will happen here, you can see it. So if no operation is there in the barrel shifter, so if no operation is there, if we don't have any operation, if we don't have any operation, what will happen? Your n will be equal to Rm only. Okay. So if no operation. So now if barrel shifter is having some operation, so if barrel shifter is having some operation like LSL hash 1, the contents of R1 or R2, then what it will do, the value of the R2 is shifted by 1 bit, Okay, so shifted by 1 bit, and the whatever the result you are going to get, so that will be assigned to value n here. So that will be assigned to value n here. So that is how it is going to work. So your BS is nothing but your barrel shifter. So it is nothing but your barrel shifter operation. So that's why in that particular instruction, they are going to call it by n. So the value which is coming inside your barrel shifter is the contents of the register. But the value which is coming out of the barrel shifter is n. Okay, the value which is coming out of the barrel shifter is n. Okay, so that's why instead of referring it by register, it is going to be referred by n only. So if the no operation is there, if you are not performing any barrel shifter operation, then whatever the value it is entering here, the same value will be assigned to the value, assigned to the variable n. So if any barrel shifter operation is performed, so after performing the barrel shifter operation, whatever the value you are going to get, so that value will be assigned to n here. Okay, so that's what it specifies here. Okay, that is what it means. So that we have discussed in your previous slides. Okay, in your sub-else instruction, this is one typical instruction where you are going to have here. You can take it here. Okay, so this is one more instruction which is including the barrel shifter, using the barrel shifter. So I think I have explained this previously. So you just go through once. If you are not understood, I will explain once again. Not an issue for that one. So in this particular, if I explain one more time here, you can see it from that particular instruction. What this particular instruction is telling. So it is going to perform add R0, R1, R1, LSL hash 1. So if you take this one as an example, you can take it here. Okay. So you're going to have add R0, R1, R1, LSL hash 1 is the instruction. So this particular part is a barrel shifter instruction. Okay, this whole part which you are going to have. Okay, so this whole part is the barrel shifter instruction. So if you take this one as a part, so this whole part will be your barrel shifter instruction. So this will be your barrel shifter instruction. Okay, so now what this particular instruction will do. Okay, so let us assume your R0 is some value 1 and your R1 is 5. For example, I'm taking. So this is your precondition. So what is the post condition you are going to have after the execution of the instruction? So that is, if you are before execution of this particular instruction, the value of R0 is 1, your R1 is 5. Okay. So now what will happen in the post instruction? So in the post instruction, what will happen? So first, it is going to shift the contents of R1 by 1. So initially, the contents of R1 is what? 0, 1, 0, 1, that is 5. So now, once it is shifting left by 1 bit means what? You are shifting 1, 0, 1. So the vacant bit which will have, it will be having 0. Okay. So now you are going to have 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay, that is what you are going to have. Now, you are going to add the contents of your R1. So contents which is nothing but, this is nothing but your N now. Okay, so this is coming through the barrel shifter now. So if you take the barrel shifter, so if you take this one as a barrel shifter, this particular part, barrel shifter, and you're going to have the CPU here. Okay, CPU. So here what will happen? So this is consider this is an RM, this is your RM. Okay, so here also the register R1 is included. Here also this register R1 is included. Okay, so once it is coming here, the value which is going to have N, so that will be 10 now. So that is if it is shifted towards left by 1 bit. So you're going to have 1 0 1 0. Now post this one, now what it is going to add? It is going to add the contents of R1 plus N once the execution of instruction is here. So now here you can take this one as R0. So your R0, R1 is nothing but your 5. This is 0 1 0 1. Okay, if you add it, 0 1 is 1. 1 and 0 is 1. 0 1 is 1. 1 and 0 is 1. So if you take it in the hexadecimal, the value of this one is F. If you take it in hexadecimal, decimal value it is 15. Okay, so now how it is represented? So you are, if not, if you are going to have, this is R1. So it will be, if it represent with respect to the hexadecimal, it will be all zeros. That is, since it is a 34-bit, followed by F. Okay, now whatever the updation is happening with respect to R1 here. So you can take it here, the R1. So the R1 is updated. Now what value it is? R1 is updated. It is updated to 1010. Okay, 1010. Because your both the conditions with respect to here is R1 and R1. Both has to be updated here. So now once the updated value which is there, that will be loaded into R1 after the execution of the instruction. Now the R1 contains what here? Your R1 contains 1010. So the hexadecimal equivalent of 1010 is A. So your R1 contains 010x into 000 A. Okay, so that is what the post condition which you are going to have. Okay, so this is how this particular instruction is going to work. So now once the operation with respect to the barrel shifter is happened, so you can see it here. The post condition is R0 you are going to have F, and R1 you are going to have A. So I'm not using any suffix here, so no carry flag will be updated. Okay, so similarly that one, this is how the barrel shifter works. So that is very, very important with respect to your microcontroller. That's what I am telling. So you can see it here. You can have RD, R1, Rn. So now, so there are 4 instructions which your logical instructions which your ARM is going to be supported. So what are those instructions? First one is AND. AND is one instruction which is going to perform the logical bitwise AND operation of 232-bit values. Why? Because the value which can be stored in your register is 32-bit. Since ARM, what we are discussing, that is ARM7, is a 32-bit microcontroller. So it can store up to 32-bit. So it is going to perform the operation with respect to 32-bit only. So now when it comes to this particular logical bitwise OR, so it is going to perform the logical OR operation. So when it comes to the EOR specifies your logical exclusive OR operation. Okay. So next, it is going to have logical bit clear. So it is going to perform Rn. It is going to perform the AND operation. The only thing is whatever the another value is there, that is N, it is complemented. The value of the N will be complemented. So let us see with the example how this particular AND instruction is going to work, and OR is going to work. So now if we take this particular logic OR, okay, so this is one typical example what you are going to have. So just to take this particular example, okay, if we take this particular example, so let's see it here. Okay. So this is the pre-instructions which you are going to have here. Okay, so now once you have this particular pre-instruction here, so we can see it here. So just make a note here. Okay. So now what operation I am performing? I am performing OR with respect to R0, R1, R2. So your R1 is your source register, R2 is your source register. So from this example, you are going to have 0x0. So all you have to write it in binary value. That is 0, 0, 0, 0. Next is 0, 0, 1, 0. That is 2. Next again 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Next 4, 0, 1, 0, 0. Next again 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Next 6, it is 0, 1, 1, 0. Next again 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Next 8, it is 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. So this is for what? That is the contents of R1. Okay. So now when it comes to the contents of R2, so it will be what? The contents of R2 is 0, 0, 0, 1. Okay. Next is again it is 0. Okay. So next it is 3. That is 0, 0, 1, 1. So next it is 0, 0, 0, 0. Next it will be again 5. 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1. Next again it is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So next it is 7. That is 0, 1, 1, 1. So now again it is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So this is the contents of R2. Okay. So now once you do the OR operation, so 0 or 0 is 0, 0 or 0 is 0, 0 or 0 is 0, 1 or 0 is 1. Okay. So next again 0 or 1 is 1, 0 or 1 is 1, 0 or 1 is 1, 0 or 0 is 0, 0 or 0 is again 0, 1 or 0 is 1, 1 or 0 is 1, 0 or 0 is 0, again 0 or 1 is 1, 0 or 0 is 0, 0 or 1 is 1, 0 or 0 is 0, 0 or 0 is 0, 0 or 0 is 0, 0 is 1 or 0 is 1, 0 or 0 is 0, again it will be 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 0. Now, if I write this one in hexadecimal value, so I am bifurcating 4 bits each. Okay. So now this is 1. So it is 842. This is 2. So this will be 3. This will be 4. This will be 5. This will be 6. This will be 7. This will be 8. The last one. Okay. This will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the value which is stored in the your result R0 will be what? R0 will be equal to 0x 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that is the value which will be stored in your register R0. So now once you have this, now similarly you can perform the AND operation here. So you can see it here. So here whatever the answer result you are going to get, that will be 0 into 0x 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is how your logical operation is going to work. Okay. Same way you are going to have the logical AND. So if you take the AND operation, so how it is going to work here, AND. So A and D is the operation which you have to perform. So now if you want to perform the AND operation, Control F. So now I will take this one, we will remove it. So instead of R, you perform the AND operation. So if we take this one out, so instead of that, I am going to make use of the AND operation. So if you take the AND as this one, AND R0, R1, R2. So now what operation you are going to perform here now actually? So this will be AND operation, what it is going to perform here. So if we take the same example, So it will be 0, 0, 0, 0. First bit, bit. So second will be 0, 0, 1, 0. That is 2. Again, it is 0, 0, 0, 0. So 0, 1, 0, 0. Can you tell the answer now by performing this particular operation? Students, do it by yourself and tell the answer. What is the answer you are going to get? So that is how you have to learn. You do it by yourself once. Then you will understand everything. So 1, again 0, that is 3, again 0, this 5, again it is 0, 7, again it is 0. So what is the answer you are going to get? Can you answer?
0x0000, sir.
Yeah. So because since you can see it here, 0 and 0 is 0, 0 and 0 is 0, all are 0 itself. So all are 0 itself. So it is going to perform the bitwise AND operation. Okay, it is going to perform the bitwise AND operation. The result what you are going to get is 0, 0, 0. Now, one more question I have to tell you, that one more question I have to ask you, whether your flags will be updated here. Any answers from your side? I have the flag bits, right? Whether your flag bits will be updated. Any answer? If I have to update the flag, so you can see it here. So I have around N, Z, C, and V overflow flag is there. So whether your flags will be updated or not, yes or no, I want answer. That's it. Yes or no. If it is no, why?
Yes, sir.
Why it will be updated? Whether it will be updated, you just check the instruction here. If I want to update the flag, what should be this instruction should be? How it should be? So it is not yes, it is no. But if it has to be yes, what should be the instruction? Instead of and, what I have to give if I have to update the flag? If I want to update the flags, it will update the flag only if it is having the suffix s. That I am telling for many times. Okay. So if only if you have going to have the suffix s, then only it is going to update the flag. Okay. So when you have the suffix s for this particular instruction and s r0, r1, r2, then only it will update the 0 flag to 1. So the remaining flag will be 0 itself because it is not overflowing 0. It is not generating the carry 0. It is not having the negative value. It is 0. So the answer what you are going to get is 0. So that's why your 0 flag will be set to 1, provided only if you have the suffix s in your AND instruction. Keep in your mind that your flags will be updated only if you have the suffix s in your instruction. Okay. So that means just make a note, always flags will be updated. Flags will be updated only if the suffix s is there. Only if the suffix s is added in the instruction. So that's what I am telling frequently. So that you have to see in the instruction itself, right? I told in the instruction itself how it has to be done here. So you can see it here. I told you here. So the suffix s, this is optional. Only if you have the suffix s in the instruction, then only your flags will be updated. If your s is not there, your flags won't be updated. All of you understood? That you have to keep in your mind when you are given the instruction and we are told to execute it. So only if the suffix s is there, your flags will be updated. If the suffix s is not there, your flags won't be updated. The same thing happens in your XOR flag. Okay, so this is your XOR. So can you try it out for the XOR, the same instruction here? Okay, so just try it out with respect to XOR, the same thing. Okay, take the same value. So if you have the instruction EOR R0, comma R1, comma R2. Can you give the answer from now? After doing this particular example, do it by yourself and give the answer. So if you take the XOR truth table, how the XOR truth table is going to look like? EXOR truth table, if you take, so if you take the input value X and Y, if you take output, if you take the value as 0, 0, what will be our Y?
0, sir.
Okay, so if it is X is 0, Y is 1, 1. If X1, Y0, it is 1. If both are 1, again it is 0. So the output will be high only if any one of the input is high. So you perform the bitwise operation for this one. So if you take the precondition, it is already given. Okay, so if you take the post condition, so post condition, what should be the value of R0? What should be the value of R1? What should be the value of R2? You have to change. Check it out. So now, what will be the out? Which one is the, so which two are the source register and which one is the destination register? Your R1 is one source register. Your R2 is another source register. Okay, so your R0 will be one of the destination register. Your R1, R0 will be one of the destination register. So once you perform this particular operation, so you can see it here, that is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, again 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0s. Okay, so it will be 0, 0, 0, 1, again it is 0, 1, 3, 0, 1, 1, 0, again it is 0, 0, 1, 0, 5, 0, again it is 7, again it is 0. What value you are going to get?
0x 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, sir.
Yeah. So anybody else having any other answer? So your R0 will be equal to, so this is your destination register, your R0. R0 will be 0x 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So R1 and R2 will remain same. So your R1 will be 0x 0, 2, 0, 4, 0, 6, 0, 8. And your R2 will be 0x 1, 0, 3, 0, 5, 0, 7, 0. So now in your exam, when they are given in the exam, you should be careful that after explaining the instruction, what it is going to do, so you make a standard practice that write your syntax first. Whenever any instruction has been asked, write the syntax of the instruction. So here you can see that the syntax of the instruction is, syntax is this one, you write the syntax. Okay, after writing the syntax, you write down what is the operation that particular instruction is going to do. So this is the this is your operation, what that particular instruction is going to do. So it is going to do the logical bitwise AND of two 32-bit values. That's it. That's the only definition what you should do. So how we are going to do? So if we take this one as a syntax, that is here it is RD is a destination register, RN and R1 you specified it as a source register. After that one, what operation you are going to get? RD is equal to Rn and N. So after that one, you give one example for that particular instruction. Like, what is the pre-condition? So if you take here, what is the pre-operations you are going to have? Okay, so pre-value of those registers which you are going to use in that particular instruction, and after execution of the instruction. Okay, so just to specify that pre and post, in between you specify one word, after execution of the instruction. After execution of instruction. What instruction? After execution of the instruction, EOR, that is XR R0 comma R1 comma 2. Okay, so after performing this particular instruction, it's going to, what is the operation? What is the result you are going to get? You are going to get R0 is equal to 0x 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. R1 is equal to same 0x 02 04 06 08, and R2 is equal to 0x 10 30 50 60. Okay, so if you write this much, you will get full marks. That is 4 out of 4. So be careful when you are writing the instructions. Okay, so write the description, syntax of the instruction, and give one example and tell what is the operation it is performing. And after telling what is the operation it is performing, just give one example. Okay, so just give an example. That's it. So you'll get 4 out of 4. So always when you are writing the solution for the instruction, give an example after writing the explanation. So that matters a lot in your exam. Okay, so that's what it is going to have. So next is the last instruction which I have is bit clear. So bit clear is nothing but what? It is going to perform the clear the bit. So that is going to perform the RD is equal to Rn ampersand not of n. So other value which is there, that will perform the not operation. So you can see it here. Preconditions, you can see it here. So now if we take this particular condition, this particular example, logical bit clear, you can see it here. So now you can see it here. So this is the operation which you have to perform, logical bit operation. So logical bit clear, this PIC stands for logical bit clear. So CIC stands for logical bit clear. So this is equivalent to what? RD, it is performing OR operation, it is performing the AND operation. Okay, so it is nothing but what? Rn performing the AND operation with respect to complement of n value. That is complement of n value. So here you can see it here. So bit clear, these are the two registers. Okay, the value of register 1, that is your source register 1. This is your source register 2. So when you are specifying directly the binary value, you have to put 0b at the beginning. Okay, if you put the values as 0b in the beginning, the corresponding values which is going after this one is treated as a binary value. Okay, so if you treat the value which is stored in the register as a binary value, then you have to use the prefix 0b. Okay, so prefix you have to specify it as 0b. So it is going to be prefixed with 0b. So prefix 0b for binary value. So prefix B0b for binary number. Okay, so now when you are prefixing the binary number, so now your R1 is treated as a binary value 1111, whereas your R2 is treated as a binary value 0101. Now when you are performing the bit clear operation, so just I am going to have the post after that one, after execution of this particular instruction. So this is the instruction what I need to execute. So this is instruction. So what instruction it is doing? It is performing the bit clear with respect to R1 and R2, and the result which you are going to obtain, so these two are, that will be stored in R0. That will be stored in R0. So now here what will happen? The value of R1 is what? 1111. So now your R2 is 0101. Okay. So now what operation it is going to perform? It is going to perform RD and not of n. But this is nothing but your n value. Okay. So now what I have to perform, this particular value which is there in R2 has to be complemented. So your R1 value is R1. The complement of your R2. The complement of R2 will be what? Wherever the 0 is there, 1. Instead of 0 and 1, 1. Wherever 1 is there, it is 0. Again it is 1. Again it is 0. Now what operation it is going to perform? It is going to perform the AND operation. So it is going to perform the AND operation. So when it is performing the AND operation, what you are going to get? 1 and 0 is 0. 1 and 1 is 1. 1 and 0 is 0. 1 and 1 is 1. So now, what is the value which is stored in your R0? This is stored in the result R0. Okay. So now with the post condition, what will happen? What is the value of R1? R1 will be equal to 0B 111 1. Your R2 will be equal to 0B 0101. Whereas your R0 is equal to 0B 1010. So the result is stored in which register? The result will stored in R0 register. This is register. Okay, result. So this is your source register 1. And this will be your source register 2. So this will be a source register 2. So this is source register 1. This will be source register 2. And this will be the final result which will be stored in your R0. So this is how the bit clear operation is going to work. This is how the logical bit clear is going to work. So your logical bit clear instruction is nothing but what? The destination value is equal to one of the source register R1 come and that is going to perform the AND operation with your contents of the n. So even in this one you can have the barrel shifter instruction, but we are not going to use that much in your barrel shifter now. So this particular instruction, but all these instructions will be having what? Carrier setting the flag. So if you want to set the flags for your AND instruction, what? One thing you have to keep in mind as the answer. And if I want to have this particular AND instruction to set the flags, what should be my instruction should be? Answers from your side?
And S.
Suffix.
It is and S. Similarly, if it is or,
RS.
or S. So if it is XOR, it should be your S.
X.
If it is bit C, it is bit S. Similarly, if it is add, it should be add S. Okay. So your flags will be updated only if you have the suffix S. If you are not putting the suffix X other than some instructions. So next I'm going to tell you some instructions. Only apart from those instructions, if you want to set the flags, then you have to use the suffix S. That depends upon the syntax of the instruction. So if you go through the syntax, wherever the flag brackets will come, so this is optional. The flag brackets, flower brackets which will come, that is optional. So the part which will component which will come inside your this particular bracket is mandatory. So this is nothing but your instruction which you are going to give in your syntax. Okay. So go through the syntax. That's it. Your syntax is more important. So if you understand the syntax properly, you can execute all type of instructions. So you have to understand the basics properly first. Okay. So depending upon your basics, then only you will understand everything. So now, any doubt with respect to logical instructions? Anybody having any doubt?
No, sir.
Anybody? Okay. So now, so next coming to the compare instructions. Okay. So your compare instructions. So now, as they told you that, so you have to keep in your mind that only for compare instruction. Okay. You do not need to apply the S suffix for comparison instruction to update the flags. That you have to keep in mind. Okay. There are 4 instructions. which does not require the suffix s if they want to update the carry flag. Okay, so normally this will be used to perform the operation. These instructions normally used only to update the flags before before you execute the next instruction. Okay, because some of the times what will happen, I'm not doing some add operation in the previous instruction to set the flag, but I have to set the flag. Now, depending upon what I have to set the flag means what? I have to do some operation. When you want to set the flags, you have to use these instructions. What are these instructions? It is nothing but your compare negate, compare, test for equality of two 32-bit values, and the test. Okay, TST stands for test for equality. So now, if you take the syntax, so you can keep in mind that what? Apart from comparison instructions, all other instructions, if they want to set the flag, what is required? What is required? Apart from comparison instruction, if you want to set the flag, yes, that you have to keep in your mind, all of you, when you are dealing with the instructions. That is very, very important. Okay. So apart from the comparison instructions, all other instructions requires suffix s to update the flags. So you can see it here. To update the flags, you require the suffix s. Okay, to update the flags, for only for comparison instructions, you don't need to apply the suffix s. Okay, that you keep in your mind. Okay, so just do not update the suffix s. So what are those instructions? Compare negate, compare, test, equality, test. Now you can see it here, the syntax. If you take the syntax of those comparison instructions, it is instructions, it is mandatory. As I told you that condition, it is optional. So whichever the component which is coming inside your flower bracket, those component are optional. Okay, so remaining all mandatory. The component which is coming inside your flower brackets are optional. The component other than the flower brackets are mandatory. So and then you can see it here. How many operands are there? It's only 2 operand. Okay, that you have to keep in your mind. So you are going to have the 2 operand. So you can see it here. So you can have the 2 operand here. Okay. So that you have to go through. So now let us see one by one. So as they told that compare negate. So what the compare negate stands for? It is going to set the result as Rn plus n. You can see it here. It is Rn plus n. So when you are going to have Rn plus n, it is going to perform the operation Rn plus n. That is whatever the value is there in Rn plus n. Depending upon the result, what it is going to update? It is going to update the flag. Okay, it is going to update the flag. Flags will be updated depending upon the execution of this particular instruction. Okay, Rn plus n. So this is one simple example what they have given. Okay, so you can see it here. So precondition. So that is that compare R0 comma R9. So you can see it here. One simple example what they have given. So these things you have to keep in your mind. So now here you can see it here pre. So you are going to have NZCV. That is all these flags are low. That means all are 0. It indicates that all are 0. Now it is doing a compare R0 comma R9. So the value of R0 is 4. The value of R9 is 4. So when you are doing the compare instruction R0 comma R9, what it is going to perform is just do R0 minus R9. Here no destination register is involved. It is just performing some operation. Either it may be addition operation, or it may be a XOR operation, or it may be a AND operation, depending upon the instructions which you are going to have. Okay. Once it is done, so now 4 minus 4, that is nothing but your 0, 1, 0, 0. All will be 0 only. All other bits will be 0 itself. Another bit is 0, 1, 0, 0. When you perform the addition, all bits will be 0. Right? Now, the result what you obtained is 0. The result obtained is 0. Since the result obtained is 0, your 0 flag will be set. So you can see it here, post condition. You can see it in the post condition. What will happen? Your N flag is 0 itself. Only 0 flag is 1. Your carry is 0. Your overflow is 0. So this is an interrupt. So this is saturation Q. It is interrupt. We are not going. So fast interrupt it is going to be issued. Okay. And you are going to have the instruction running in the user mode. The instruction running in the user mode. So this is mandatory. So these things are mandatory when you are explaining it, when you are going to have the compare instruction. What the compare instruction will do, it is going to just subtract R0 minus Rn. Similarly, if I have a common negated CMN, which you are going to have here. Okay, so you can see it here in the previous instruction, common negative is there, right? So now what operation it is going to do, it is going to perform the Rn plus N. That is going to perform the value of Rn and N. So that means there it is going to perform R0 plus R4. So here 0, 0, R0 plus N. If it is going to have that 0, 1, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, the result what we are going to obtain is 8. Now, which are the flags which it is going to affect here now? So you are going to have N flag, Z, C, V. Whether your negative flag will be affected, whether the negative flag is affected, yes or no? No. Okay. So your negative flag will be affected only if your 31st bit is 1. If your 31st bit is not 1, your negative flag won't be updated. So next is whether your 0 flag is affected. No. Again, it is zoned to 0 only. Your carry flag is affected. No. Again, it is 0 itself. Only if the carry is generated from the 31st bit, it is going to generate. So overflow flag 0. So similarly, what will happen here? All will be in small letter NZCV. Okay. Next, it is saturation. No. I small. And if it is a previous what you have taken fast interrupt, it will be there. And the user mode, what you are going to have. Okay. So this is how it is going to happen in your common negate. That is in your common negate example. So now, similarly, instead of a common negate, for example, if I have the instruction test equal, what operation it is going to perform? XOR operation it is going to perform. So you can see it here. It is going to perform the XOR operation. So it is particular symbol implies it is XOR operation. So that is, it is testing for the equality of two 32-bit values. So whatever the operation you are going to perform, that will be performed for the two 32-bit values. Okay. So if it performs this particular instruction, that is your test. If we take test R0, R9. So what it is going to do? So it is going to perform the XOR with R9. So you can see it here 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, right? 4. So that is all will be 0 only. So now NZCV, whether it is going to affect your negative flag? Whether it is going to affect your negative flag?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So your TEQ, okay, TEQ, it is not going to affect the negative flag. Okay, it will be 0 only. Whether it is affecting the 0 flag?
Yes, sir.
Yes. The output what you are going to obtain is 0. Your 0 flag will be 1. So that will be indicated by your big Z. That will be indicated by big Z. So next, whether your carry flag will be set, affected? No. That is 0. Whether your overflow flag is affected? No. Now, when you are writing the CPSR register content after this particular instruction, N will be small, Z will be bigger, carry is small, B, Q, I, fast interrupt, T underscore user mode. This is how it is going to perform. Okay, it is with respect to TEQ, test for equality. Test equality will perform the test, it will test the equality of the two 32-bit value. So next it is going to test TST. So it is going to test the bits of 32-bit value. So test bits of a 32-bit value. What operation it is going to set? It is going to perform the AND operation. After the performing of the AND operation, depending upon the result, it is going to set the corresponding flags. So now here, if you take the same example, okay, TST, if you take the TST of this particular example, instead of TQ, if you take TEQ or TST, I think, right? That is TST. Okay. So TST R0, R9. So what operation it is going to perform? R0 and with R9, right? So it is going to perform R0 and with R9. So it is R9. This will be coming through barrel shifter. That's why it is specified as N. So whatever the value it is coming through the barrel shifter, that will be specified with respect to the value N. So when you perform the same operation, 0100 0100. Okay, so 0010. So whether your N flag is set in this one for this particular example?
No, sir.
No. Where 0 flag is set?
No, sir.
Yeah. Carry? No. Even overflow is 0. So then you write post condition. What are the different status of the flag that is CPR contains? So your CPR won't be affected. So just don't write it. So instead of this one, your CPR sir will be equal to the same as the previous after the execution. This will be after execution. So if it is after execution, your CPR sir will be same as the pre. Okay. So any doubt till now? Anybody having any doubt? Anybody having any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay. So just go through the instructions, these instructions. From next class, I will start with the programming with respect to the Keil compiler. I have to explain 2 more instructions, which is multiply and multiply accumulate. That will take around 10 to 15 minutes in the next class. So once that particular 2 instructions are done, I will start with the programming of your Keil compiler. So these instructions are important for the examination point of view. And you should know how the barrel shifter is going to work, how the barrel shifter operation is going to work. Okay. So just go through it once. So if you have any doubt, so you can come back to me. You can ask any doubt. Okay.